Welcome back. As we all know, the roads are starting to get super slippery. How's that for an alliteration?
Right.
So you obviously need to have some kind of survival kit in your car. Join us this morning from Fargo PD, Jessica Schindeldecker. Welcome back. Good to see you.
Glad to be back.
So the roads are like nutty right now, and then you go out like on the highway or whatever, and you get off, and tomorrow's going to be, not tomorrow, but next week, 50 below wind chill. What do we need to have to survive?
Well, you want to think about your vehicle. One, making sure that's entirely your maintenance of your vehicle, and there are things that you can go do and make sure that you're following through with that, but also what you have in your vehicle and then how you're prepared to be driving. So it's multifaceted, right? To make sure that we're safe while we're traveling, and then really be watching the weather. As you know, with North Dakota, we can see different types of weather. It's been nice lately. We've been seeing a melt, and then we're going to go into some cold temperatures next week, which is going to change the conditions of the roadway. So we always have to be thinking about every single day about what type of driving conditions we have, and that we need to be measuring how we drive compared to that. So just because the speed limit says 35 doesn't mean that we should be going 35, or the interstate 75 or 55 doesn't mean that's what we should be going necessarily. So we want to adjust that with our every single day. So it's not one of those things where you can just say like, okay, well, I'm going to wake up this morning and just go. So know before you go. Use the free websites, North Dakota DOT or the Minnesota DOT, depending on what roadways you're going, because oftentimes we're going from Fargo down to the cities or something. So it's good to know what the roadways look like everywhere. 511 is a great way. Take a look at those maps and figure out, what does my travel route look like? How long is it going to take me? And then if there's going to be snow, make sure that we know that we have to share the roads with those plows. So don't be trying to go through their whiteout conditions, and give them space. Because oftentimes what people forget is that those snowplows are out there trying to improve those roadway conditions for you. And then when they're out there and they're plowing, sometimes they're going through drifts, and that could sway their vehicle right into you. So we have to be very cautious when we're passing them, and just give them some space, because they're making those roads better for us.
So I don't know if this is in your purview or not, but we always have new people coming to this community. So when you start to slide in your car, should you hit the brakes, tap them? What are your suggestions when you get on the road and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm about to crash?
Right. Well, it's also being a very cognizant driver when you're out there and preparing for people not to be able to stop. So especially when we kind of have some slippery road conditions. A lot of times, like let's say yesterday I was out driving and the roadways were really nice, they're a little wet, but then I saw a big snow pile casting a shadow, and I tried the roadway, there's nothing around me, and I hit my brakes a little bit, and I did start to slide right there, and then when I got through it, it wasn't, just because of that shadow. So the roadways can be different at different points. So it's just really important to make sure that you know what your abilities are, what your vehicle's abilities are. Check your tires. Are they going to get good traction on the roadway, or do you need new tires? So you're all in charge of our equipment on our vehicle, and it's not an excuse to not be able to keep them up. So it is a violation of, and you can be cited if you don't have the appropriate equipment functioning appropriately.
So talk about the survival kit for a moment. What should I have?
I would always suggest making sure that you have lots of extra layers of clothing. So make sure you've got boots in your vehicle. You've got the coat. If it's nice out, and you're going to be going a long distance, what happens if you get stranded or you get stuck in a snowstorm? We want to make sure that we're staying with our vehicle, not walking away. Making sure that you've got something to keep you warm. You've got blankets, something in the back where you have it just in case. A shovel would be a good idea as well.
Anything else you want to add?
Just let's all slow down, because the number one cause for accidents on the roadways during the winter is because people are not driving for the conditions of the road.
And there's been some days lately, you go down certain streets and you literally are just slide and you're like, oh, here I go.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like you're a missile.
Yeah, exactly. Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, stick around. We got much more coming up right after this.